These who come out with a bang. Coach Minzy. Best round here. Remember that.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the coach's desk. It's another weekend. It's another weekend triple treat. Yeah, man, we're here, people. Yeah, you don't know a thing going on. We're here to give you some information on what is taking place in the footballing landscape where the Reggae Boys is concerned and the Bagger saga that that surrounds the JFF. Man, I'm telling you, man. Some people in Jamaica say, what's the latest Netflix series? And Sir P would have been giving us some updates where that is concerned. It look like we have to worry about Sir P giving us updates on what is taking place. You understand? So I just saw the thing set, but I mean, everything is here. Everything is happening where football is concerned. Trust me. This is one of the most liveliest football federation you can think of. The Reggae Boys. Jamaica Football Federation. Yeah, man, the place lively. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment when it comes on to the JFF. I mean, hey, we don't know what go on, but so big up everyone. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks for passing through. Yeah, man, we know some people just pass through. And I still appreciate you passing through. Big up on yourself. Big up to all the subscribers. Yeah, man, the subscription I go up, people, and I appreciate that. You understand? Really, really appreciate that. I know you probably would have been looking for a lot more videos throughout the week, but I mean, it is virtually tough for me to do lives in the week. Yeah, man, because we have our professional life to live. You understand? And we're dabbling into a whole lot of stuff. So we have to ensure that we do what we have to do. So big up yourself. Thanks for the patience. Thanks for understanding. But we're here on the weekend. Almost all, if not most of the weekend, we're here trying to give you content where that is concerned. So I must say thank you to all the persons who continue to show up. We see we have Bones TV in the building. Big up yourself, Bones TV. Gregory Reed in the building. Big up yourself. Deta Nation. Big up yourself. Richard Samuels. Big up yourself. Tuffy Rudy. Big up yourself. Brownman Security. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Gregory Reed. Blake. Big up yourself. Gregory Hines. Big up yourself. Oh, you change up your name, Jamaica LOL. Big up yourself, man. You done that, guy. Blake, what go on with your side today? What go on with your side? On the side look like it a slide. Blake, what happened, Blake? Talk to me, Blake, because you always full of the most talk around here. You understand? You full of the most talk when it come on to such side. Yeah, still have a 5-point cushion, but what happened to your side? What happened to your side today? You understand? I don't know what go on, but Me have to just keep my mouth shut, you know, when it comes on to that, because I don't know my once my two centre back them injury, me know say my season a problem, you know, because one such man, me I tell you, mess up my team, aya. All right, Arsenal won the league. When I still favorite Blake, and so have a 5-point cushion, man. Yeah, worry about. Hmm? What you worrying about? What are you worrying about, man? You don't have to worry, man. It's all good. How many games to go? How many games to go? How many games to go? Hey, Mister, I refer Morris. Big up yourself. I refer Morris. No man, Blake. Everything you blame the youth, man. Just leave the youth, no Blake. Everything you want, blame the youth. In Blake. Blake, don't blame the youth, man. Oh yeah, go on with man. Anybody if you blame is Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. Him if you blame, brother. I want great long time. I love him. I'm a Manchester. Tasha Beauty, seriously? Yeah, United fan. Big up yourself, Sasha, man. Big up yourself. Welcome to the coach's desk. We know you're there a long time, you know. We notice you do your thing and you do your analysis and you're very vibrant. I appreciate you being here, man. Big up yourself. You know, when the ladies are here, we feel good, you know, because in fact, not a lot of females really love sports. And for me to have a female on a sports vlog, whenever I create content, a female is on it. Trust me. Yeah, man, it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. Yeah. So I have a clip that I want to share with you and some information. Yeah. As you can see with the title, Reiss Nelson, Demarai Gray, Reggae Boys, Parish, FA. Appear things are going on, you know. You understand? We're facing USA in the Gold Cup. It's a rough game. Me nah take it as rough as how we are look upon it. You understand? We still have time to see who we can the team that we can put together and see how best we can work it out. We have over a month, approximately 2 months. You understand? So we still have time. We still have time. We still have time. So me not too pressure. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. US will be at home, and you know that swag turn up when you're at home, you know. You understand? So you can't really go around that for true in a detonation. You understand? But at the same time, we Reggae Boys right now with Algrim, so we not fear nobody, you know. Yeah, man, you know, so we're going at the Azteca and the Virgin. We not fear nobody right now with Algrim, so man. We have a more tactical coach. We have we have a lot of things happening, man. A lot of things happening for us. And luck working at football, you know. So we hope that the luck really follow algorithms. You understand? We hope that for sure that little luck will follow him, because you know you need some luck in the football thing. All right. So who else is here? Who else is here? Actually, me say actually forward and a skin him teeth, because him in a nice little spot, you know. Him in a nice little spot, but actually don't get too overly excited, because I can tell you about game in hand, you know. You can't count them game there yet, because you know play them. You understand? So you have to just take it a game at a time. Take it a game at a time, actually. Don't get too overly excited. You understand? Triple E, big up yourself. Shamar All, big up yourself. Yeah, man. So what go on with now with the boys? No, cause I be things me here. Yeah, man. All political things are going, man. Gray getting passport. We soon tell about that, actually. We soon tell about that. Soon tell about that. Maguire is a disgrace coach. I can't. Hey, you see Maguire right now. Me tell Arsenal and Liverpool for buy the man, you know. And none of them no step forward. And, hey, me say, we want to get rid of that man, I see, brother. Fresh in the building. Big up yourself, Capo. Big up yourself, Capo in the building. USA just hard for beat. Well, we are hey, something now go on, man. We are gonna turn over US, man. No worry yourself. No worry yourself, man. We got it covered. Rain Scorpion, big up yourself. Ala Madrid, big up yourself. Madrid versus City. Big thing that's still enough. Right now, I think about FA Cup semi-final, but it was good to see Arsenal players full of fear. It's not looking good, bruv. What about Reiss Nelson? We did beat USA at home minus the ref. That's not a win on paper, Virgin. Now have to pay a club for take Maguire. Hey, right now, anybody want Maguire? Roll out the man. We are selling cheap, cheap, cheap. Y'all get a England international. Cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap people. Arsenal, man, on need some. Hey, Arsenal, on need defenders, you know, because after not going so good in our league, you know, all of a sudden, all of a sudden, bruv, on just start letting a bag of goals. On just start letting a bag of goals to Arsenal. Like, what go on? Arsenal people, Blake, where are you, man? Blake, where is Blake? Blake forward and center, now, man. Come on, now, man. Forward and center now. Blake. Sean was star. No, I've which which Liverpool coach I talk about? Not my side. We now waste money. It now waste, brother. Cheap you get him, man. Don't worry yourself, man. Very cheap. Yeah, man, you're getting cheap, man. Or yourself, detonation. Why the disrespect for Maguire? He's your captain. Virgin. No, hey, no bother with that, you know. No bother with that. You think so wants not get with Champion League spot, brother? Hey, no bother with that, yeah, man. No bother with that. I want to play some Champions League. I'm tired of this Thursday League. I mean, I like Thursday League, brother. See? Iman make we get all kick out of Thursday League. Yo, right now, we never want to talk about that, yeah, man. Madrid smell blood, aka the final. City are going to choke as usual. City dead. Blake in depression, coach. You look like a data go on, man. Natty Congo in the building. Pick up yourself. Tennessee, what go on? Probably them off to go pay a club to take Maguire. Maguire got to go, man. He ain't no captain. Bruno is the captain. Thank you, Fresh. Me don't know one team. KY Media, big up yourself. Fabrizio Romano just tweeted Maguire to Mount Pleasant. Yes! Wait till KDB hold him in the week. Jesus, please. Good. So, funniest video in the African Parliament illustrating Maguire as one biggest feel like, hey, Mr. Man does. Look how long the man out of the team and we are play well. As the man, not what that not telling us something. Brethren, me no want to talk, on the top talk about that brother the man. Arsenal battling like wow, coach. If them now win the league, it would be the biggest bad job in the history of the Premier League. Kieran, big up yourself. What go on Chelsea, boss? Not go on Chelsea, boss. Not even if he's a free agent, you know what? It was used as an example to bench some of the members. Bruno, we captain, brother. I want to detonation, man. I say, one guy has no, sir, we don't want him switch no allegiance, man. What you talk, sir, man? Coach, as a United fan, you shouldn't be talking about Liverpool like that. Oh! Liverpool, let them and Chelsea go on. Hey, remember say when we in our little dulged, you know, listen, when Manchester United lose, the internet blew up. So you see when you see me, I pressure them. Make me pressure them, no, man. Our best defender got injured. Weird, big up yourself, weird. Crunch time, City use, do this. Arsenal need to keep them head on shoulders. Race is still on. Yeah, man. Arsenal still sitting pretty, you know. Not like City. City have 2 games in hand. These are must-win games. You understand? And for me, in this Premier League, I don't count game in hand. Because it's not nice. Big up yourself, people. Today at Jason birthday, you know. Big up yourself, Jason. Jason in the building. Drop some birthday shout out now the comment for Jason. You understand? Big up yourself, Jason. Maguire wasn't on the field when Uno get 7. Me say Maguire mash up a season, brother. Phil Jones, hey, see how Phil Jones forward and I laugh, brother. Hey, Phil Jones, what go on? Maguire keeps complaining to the ref that he score goals and gets Eagle Republic. Midnight cry, cowboy, big up yourself. Problem is City beat them on Wednesday. Liverpool money is in safe keepings. Arsenal now sit no pretty if them win tomorrow. Them 2 points off Arsenal with Arsenal to play on Wednesday. Whenever Arsenal losing the EPL would be the biggest battle. Didn't watch EPL when Gerrard slipped. Yeah. Me see Arsenal lead league by 15 points and lose to, you know. I want to don't watch football, man. Coach, Arsenal in problem, man. Them look scared. Hey, Arsenal, boy, this come like a man a run a 400 and a blaze for a 300, you know, 350, you know. And when the man reach now home stretch, you know, and can't finish, you know, lactic hole him, you know. It look like that happened to Arsenal, man. You see, Arteta face, you see it. But Arteta now put out message, but they would be lucky. Hold on, the people. Hold on. Phone a ring. Yeah, people, big up. Sorry about that. Me cover my nose and me I lose my breath, virgin. Right? Me have to hide from the people who are we know. People no big up just upon him birthday, no man. Wanna go on. We don't know why you're born no Zinchenko and no Arsenal people right now. Oh, you look for Leon Bailey. Real baller, big up yourself, you know, although you go like you want to come try pressure the youth in a real baller. But big up yourself, see me, man. First recover. You cover your nose, Bridget. You stop your breath. All I hot here, I go up in your nose. Hey, yo. uh, you go on in a fresh. Hey, you see you, Cataract. You see you, Claudine, big up yourself. You know. Hey, Claudine, you know, a long time we don't see you around here, though, Claudine. Oh, things, Claudine. Eh? You know, we miss you, though, Claudine. Mm. All right, people. So, let me go quickly into what I go on in the football. Hey, I, hey, me no know. I put out a video. Me find that video there. Me can't find it. Me no think me can't find it, you know. But I put out a video some weeks ago about what was taking place in the Hanover football. You understand?
Let down the people of the parish.
Yeah, I put out a video some time ago about that. And I mean, it seems as if something really not happening how it is supposed to be happening down there. You understand? You understand? So another report came on. Hey, you say, hey, Cataract, you say, yo, Bill, no, man. All right, so I'm gonna play that clip of people so you can hear because something now, hey, election is coming up, you know. So guess what? Everybody want to talk about what going on, you know. Because every man I try look some sort of spot, you know. A matter of fact, you know, say we're supposed to have another FA president on tonight. Hey, people never come out, you know. Yeah, man, the people them a come out, man. And I think it was Kyle. I don't remember now. Kyle, remind me. I think it was Kyle who said some time ago, or somebody messaged me. I can't recall though. That in this election here, we need to get some of the FA presidents them on because of what. And so said, so done. We started out with Wayne Thompson. Now almost let it out, you know. Yo. Hey, formula. I some joke tigger go on in a federation them virgin. Me no know how I go on. You know formula that are the best thing you ever say about cook shop. Because people them always talk about party shop, you know. That party shop slogan they really need to throw out, you know. We need to graduate from a party shop because party shop has been well run in Jamaica. It better we say cook shop here, man. Because when you go a certain cook shop, you know, you can't get. We not talk the fancy restaurants, you know. Me I talk cook shop on the side, corner shop. You understand? All right, Claudine, big up yourself. So, listen to what is going on around upon the corner.
Let down the people of the parish, having failed to carry out the mandate given by the affiliates.
Since 2019, no league football has been played in Hanover, even as other parishes have ended one competition and started another.
Hold on. I put up a video about this before and people were saying, well, not people. We get a link from a virgin and a virgin I said, I know that in my ear because information is that they were keeping some sort of football and big thing were going. But this information now is telling you that what I put out was actually correct. You understand? So make we continue now. Kyle, big up yourself. Visionary Allen, big up yourself. Big up coach. It was me. Get them on. Ask them what are they doing for footballing. Yeah, man. We know sir, between Kyle and some of these, man. So Kyle, yeah, man. You see, we started already. We're supposed to get one on tonight, but the person I contacted wasn't able to come on because of prior engagement. But for this weekend, we're gonna try and try. Hey, people, see formula in a comment, you know. Remember, hey, people want to head in a formula. So see you there now. It's like when you come over Tuesday night and say what you say. I know you have to say it now, man. We say expect a lot more cancellation. No, man, yeah. Listen, tell us, hey, a long time coaches this can do it in a virgin. Actually, no, this person came on to the channel already. We did an interview with this person already, you know, as a parish president, you know. And a few years after, trying to get back the person. But it's not like that though, Kyle. You understand? Somebody that I have a lot of respect for and somebody who will not do that. So it's just that when he comes, you can be the judge and make the necessary assessment on what he has to say about the football operation. You understand? And a personal reason, man. Listen to what I go on.
Let down the people of the parish, having failed to carry out the mandate given by the affiliates.
Since 2019, no league football has been played in Hanover, even as other parishes have ended one competition and started another. According to the Hanover FA Vice President Craig Oates, the parish is a laughingstock when compared to other parish football associations.
How can we have, say, a football body like a surfer playing one competition, about to start the other, and Hanover has not yet started? To me, we have failed our obligation, myself included.
Oates says changes are needed at the association as football has not been given any attention.
The time has come for accountability. The time has come for football players, fans, referees to be that person. It shouldn't be that come now, the season is almost ended and we are going to play a football competition that lasts 6 weeks. Probably less.
Oates also says he has considered resigning from the parish executive, but the FA benefits from having people like him around.
Somebody has to be in the room, or should be in the room, that can hold others' feet to fire.
The full interview can be seen this evening on Center Circle at 9.
Let down the
All right, so on a year what go on. People don't really on a year what go on. Hey, you don't want to hear the caption on that video, yeah. Somebody send me that video, yeah, you know. You don't want to hear the caption with upon it. Me not even gonna read that caption. You understand? But really and truly, I want my phrase. Really and truly, the football in Jamaica needs help. Channel Star, we come on them platform here, people, and we create content and we try our best to highlight the football. We try our best to, hold the federation accountable. But it look like our parish president them are some. Let me not say all. Some of them need to. I don't know if I socks or I put on their shoes, go out in the field. I don't know. But something is not right about the board members. Some of the board members. You understand? Something is not right. And things need to be sorted out. Things need to, because it's all start there, And then you know that yeah. So then you hear say one set of people for this incumbent and one set of people. Hey, listen. I tell you, see, you see politics. Jesus, peace on. Hey, boy, I don't know no people. What really gonna happen to with football? Man say look like football hangover and Hanover. Where's the Jeff if I try like have his son? Hey, people, no call in and talk, yeah, and talk to me because I don't know how I go on to it with that streamer. Something needs to be done where football is concerned. It can't. Listen, I've seen. Yeah, Kyle, me I go drop a link, man. Don't worry, man. In a few. But I've seen where the whole thing of these FA presidents are supposed to be board members and they are supposed to be ensuring that the development of football is taking place from the parish level. From the parish level, Parish level. And when me hear about each parish have them own constitution, oh my God. Oh God. No, sir. Formula. That you put dinosaur. Channel Star. The thing, how can we help? How can the people help? Because I don't know. Virgin, I'm lost. Honestly. Because this football thing, Virgin, me no like how football in Jamaica really. Me no know I'm to Balakar. Balakar probably depend a little non-talk thing. Me no know. But him probably I watch his stream them still. But big and serious, man. Me don't know what happened to the football. I don't know what happened to the football. The football is in a bad state, Virgin. Bad state. With the persons who are supposed to be leaders. That are the problem, Triple E. The Constitution don't accept something like that. That are the problem, The Constitution don't allow something like that. I'm going to drop the link right now, because watch out, I'm not drop the link already. See me like, hey, the football all confuse me. I'm going to drop the link. I'll pin the link and I'm going to drop it again. Dinosaur roam in Jamaica, these guys as parish administrators. Then there's this Alabalu with what go on with Westmoreland situation. You know we have to call, let me see if I can call the great I am sure boss. Because the football set away, man. I prefer the current president stay. I have no confidence in the others. What's a ball of car black job? Hey, oh me hear some persons speak, you know. It's not a good look. Not a good look. Hold on there. Me I go call. Listen, a whole lot of information, you know. All right. This is for immediate release. Seeing? The Jamaica Football Federation and the Westmoreland Football Association will always do what is needed to make sure our affiliates are guided in the right direction. We are proud to announce that Reno FC will be representing the parish of Westmoreland and the Westmoreland Football Association in the JFF Tier 2 competition. Regardless of the rumors, the Westmoreland FA has always supported Reno FC and will continue to do so. We look forward to lending our support as they work to qualify for a place in the Jamaica Premier League. So, that is the press release where Westmoreland football is concerned. You understand? And me see one number. And me go call that number there. Big up yourself, Cataract. What go on?
So, Coach, good night. I am just passing through listening to the passa side of it. So let me just tell us my 15 cents. This is all about the Adidas money. Okay. You ever hear when some money drop in a garrison?
Go on talk there.
Yeah, man. And some money dropping in the garrison, somebody get slapped with because it don't share properly. So this influx of Adidas money to me would have brought on a unprecedented rise in people wanting to get their hands on it or on their share of it. So I believe you will see challenges for presidents in almost more than half of the FAs, the parish association, as the mad scramble to control the Adidas millions, or what is perceived to be the Adidas millions. Right? I listened with this May for the past 2 weeks, a week and a bit, to I Am Sure Sports, where the Westmoreland soap opera play out. I have heard Reno FC more times than I have heard the word cataract in our dance. Everything are Reno FC, FC Reno. I'm confused. So I hope that good sense prevail, cooler heads prevail, and the people just take their time with it. I don't think we as fans, though, Coach, know the awesome powers that we have. Right? Let me say to you, any day name day that we determine that the football don't run right, and we as the fans get up and write even a couple hundred, we write a petition to Adidas and say things not going right. So don't believe that fans don't have power, but I believe we need to just watch and see and give them a long rope. And if they don't do something with the rope, they hang themselves. Right? But I don't want them to believe for 1 minute. Coach, remember me telling somebody it's serious about when they didn't have that quota system thing. I'm telling somebody I write my letter to FIFA. I'm write my letter to FIFA, and then a couple months later, a year, an auditor come down. When the power of the pen is mightier than the sword sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Right? So,
but Cataract, you know, you have some man. Can we see a whole heap of message I go on, you know? Whole heap of man feel like say some baller for inner a team, you know. And them not too like we're going with the new coach because them feel like the new coach I use pure foreign baller.
And more foreign baller come. More foreign baller come. Coach.
And a big deal about that. I'm not talking Len, you know.
We don't talk big deal, Len. Hold on, coach. We don't say last night, based on this, their bros talking about Jordan argument. Man say, yo, based on this, a big deal. Yeah, but no, I'm on the big deal, Len. We get a forward coach, but you know, say you can't do nothing to add this in a sentence. You just have to just try and get through with your life.
What kind of shallow thing that Cataract can draw for people?
No, coach, I tell you something, coach, I just based on this, go on with a bug or something. Coach, we're glad for the radio. So when the rain start fall, the first pack up. As me hear the first drizzle, coach, we pack up, coach.
You might say hear the first drizzle of people. So you must know the Cataract. Not that nothing with sense right now, you know.
What? We hear the first drizzle.
The man say him hear the first drizzle. But if you hear the first drizzle. Anyways, yeah.
But here what? So let me answer triply. It's not that anything is not going right with Adidas. I'm saying if we the fans detect that the Adidas investment is not going towards the right things, then we can step up our advocacy, right? So right now I'm saying let us look and see, but the Adidas money, the influx of Adidas money has put Kane against Abel, and Kane going to joke in Abel in his navel. And I believe that you'll have races in every single parish, almost every single one, as people vie for contention and they want to be the man now that there is money there. So that's my thing, what I'm saying, Triple E. And it's not about the football, but I just said to them, when it comes to Coach Grimm, touch not the Lord's anointed. If you don't want to the ultras get bringle, or try something with Coach Grimm.
But Cataract, man, them are burn fire, you know.
Coach, them are go burn more fire. Because coach.
Me see one tweet, you know.
Coach.
I want not a tweet. Me see a man send out a message.
Coach.
Advocate for a baller. You
coach,
understand?
You gotta advocate a little more. Coach. Some big name. Coach Grimm has. All right. What else about Coach Grimm is he has a Scandinavian network or a Nordic network. It's Nordic or Scandinavia, which Iceland aware. I think is Scandinavia, Coach?
No, I don't think Iceland and
Scandinavia or Nordic. It's in the north, in the Nordic region. They have a good network, and it was his network. His fellow countryman there, or from that region, Thomas Frank, who was really helping to advocate for Ivan Toney come to Jamaica, but it never worked out in the end. But the coach at press, right? Some of the young players that you see coming and joining is through his network of countrymen and men from his region who are within the coaching system in England advising him.
Yeah, man.
So I
Guess a
believe,
press, man. Guess a
yes,
press.
a press, man.
Acceleration.
You understand? And so them man they would have ride donkey. You know the whole time song coach. Coach, me love music, you know. The other day my job was like, ride your donkey, gallop your pony from top of days. That not gonna work no more, coach. The man I drive on X6. And I believe that when he touched down in England and begins his face-to-face meetings, we'll be looking at some of the top players. And if you look at the
and as you're on that cataract, one such player is Reiss Nelson. Because some people want Reiss Nelson to
do
think let him think about Zimbabwe, you know. But the baller will not have it. The man said Jamaica, I'm thinking.
I am Jamaican.
You understand? So if him confess that, cataract, that tells me, all they want is somebody to convince. Cataract, remember when Grimmy just forward, I said his marketing strategy in terms of him being able to lure these players to come and play for the country, it has to be up to task.
You did, coach. You did.
It has to be spot on. So with a player like Reiss Nelson talent and ability, if the Grim Reaper can reap that one, it would be a good thing for Jamaica.
Because more will follow. Remember, Hans follow fat, you know.
Exactly. You understand? And it's like it would have opened a floodgate now, so to speak. And me feel said that's why some sect of the local personnel are very, very upset with what is taking place.
Coach, if you recall.
Because it's not going to be business as usual. I just want to plug this in. Big up to Richard King and what name? Is it Anderson? Yeah, man. Big up to them baller there, for
Dwayne busy.
Yeah, man. Atkinson, not Anderson. Atkinson. These men will be going off to Iceland, Europe. That is a good look for them.
They are going to Iceland. Do we know the clubs that they're going to coach?
No, we don't hear the club yet, but I mean they are going off to Europe, so it's and I think it's some top tier club. You understand? So it is a good look. We have Visionary Allen on the line. Visionary Allen.
What are going, coach?
We're there, Sorry to keep you so long,
That's good, man. We did something anyway, so yeah, man. Cataract, what are going?
They're bad people. They give thanks for life. In a real life.
Yeah, man. Coach, I say 2 cents before I go. I say there's something we that talk about with the some of the FAs them being inactive and them something right?
Mm-hmm.
It falls on the president.
Mm-hmm.
And I say something I go on. Even last night I was watching a program and it was not just last night, but over for a couple of years now, the way old Kasafa are going like them in a world by themselves. Them run off them one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I say them something on the right. Because Kasafa and all the others, them run under JFF. So therefore there's no entity should be acting like say, yo, them a do them own thing, them no need to hear from the president, them no need to do this. Just like how JFF have to abide by FIFA regulations and them something like that. It's same way all bodies under JFF should be operating. You get what I say?
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like some of these FAs now are do them own thing.
Because if they have their own constitution and it sounds that what me hear what do you know? And
Exactly.
if that constitution no fall in the purview of the JFF, something is wrong.
Yeah. It's like some corner shop like where you said, we don't understand it. Because there's no way you have two different bodies everything's supposed to align with JFF. You get me? So you have a case now where clubs within Kasafa cannot join the Premier League, or if them join this, them get sanctioned or whatever. Them some of their madness warm to the sanction of reach Kasafa. You get me? So when I understand them something and it seem like I don't know. It seem like whenever you hear the president talk about it, you don't really hear him go down hard on them like him say him a go impose certain things. You don't really hear much of that. So me I wonder why is certain things not in place. You get me? If just like me don't know if it's because election a come up you want being a most people good book. I don't know. But to me them for if I want good for it, for the I want development of the football and the nation and everybody are go like you have to make some decisions where some people not go like. But at the end of the day, you have to have Jamaica backing you and a whole cause them and know say what you are do are for the benefit are go benefit everybody. You know. But yeah man, so that me as a coach.
All right, big up now.
Yes man. Big up.
So yeah man, really not like where I go on where that is concerned. But we are gonna hear because supposed to get a one of the FA president on tonight, as I said before. Now I spoke and our next one should be coming on. So we're supposed to have a show in the week. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that, but if I have to do it, I'm gonna try do a little thing. You see me? Don't tell nobody say I me say it. Here. Anyways, so Reiss Nelson, I hope the coach is able to convince him if he needs him to be a part of his plan to begin with. We have to mention that. You understand? So if him no need him to be a part of his plan, then that can't go happen. All right, so we can we can move off Reiss Nelson and
Why I move so fast, coach?
Oh, you have something else to say? Go on then, no.
No, I want to know what is your assessment of the abilities of Reiss Nelson? What do you think he would bring to the to the pool? And let me answer them two questions.
I have not seen him play a lot of game, Cataract. But the few that I see him play, he has pace. That is a good deal for us in terms from a Jamaican standpoint. Pace. He has very close skills. And I mean, he's not the typical winger where he just run and kick. You understand? Most wingers use only their pace, but the man skill. He can work some magic. You understand? And like I said, I've not watched him play a lot of games, but the few games I've seen is a bad little baller, man. And
So
I think he can add depth in the position of a wings where Jamaica is concerned.
So basically, you are impressed. And the thing is that there are so many players now, coach, that we'll have to get more critical when we assess them, because it can't be a case of whosoever may come. I believe that it's the best of the best alone, right? Because Jamaica is not really the place where you can go come and guarantee yourself. Say, yeah, you're going to come play some international ball, because I just completed my research for the Premier League, and there are 176 players who have a contract with a Premier League club, from the academy, the PL2, and the senior team. So that's before you even look for the championship. So it is an interesting thing where we can't use the selling cards to say to a man, say, boy, yeah, you guarantee you're gonna come and play international football. Because the truth of the matter is there'll be stiff competition for places if you decide to make Jamaica your choice. And if you are forward, you have to go forward good.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe Reiss is an impact player.
Yeah.
He scores important goals. He pops up important, crucial goals, match-winning goals. Which and the really Steph Curry. What a shooter did name, man, in the NBA with the ice in him vein.
Mm-hmm.
The shooter, Lord, I can't remember him. One basketball man, what he used to say, the clutch time. But even a Steph Curry,
Robert Ory.
Yeah, Robert Ory from the long time Lakers. But some basketball man, them clutch man, they saw 0.1 second per the clock. And
so Robert Ory, no, he was one of them, man.
yeah, man, he was one of them, man. But yeah, man, next one, man, a pipe guard. Oh, have mercy. But you know what I mean. But Steph Curry is a clutch brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean. Get the ball down and things. So Tom Brady is a clutch player too in a fame time. I believe Reiss is a clutch player. In terms of the ranking of the wingers, I think he would be above a Jamal Lowe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? Which would push Jamal Lowe into the center forward discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So let me throw out that question and see somebody else jump on. Where do you, I think he's above Omari Hutchinson.
He's above Hutchinson? Are you ask the question?
I'm asking the question. Let me check out the comment section.
People answer that question, but we have everything track online. People, this is one of the persons who follow the coach's desk from United States. He talks a lot of track, but he talks a lot of track talk. You understand? But him say more and talk about some football tonight. I make you hear saying everything track.
Hey, I have a question. You know, I know I just got it on. Y'all talking about Premier League, and I have a situation as well. The Chelsea themselves, they have been going through it. I believe they finished like 21-11 or 21-10 last year, third in Premier League. This year they're like 10 or 12. Can't keep a manager. They're looking for new owners. They were recently talking to an owner out of here in the U.S. I think he's net worth is like $600 billion. He doesn't want the team. They can't find any players. They're trying to do a whole overhaul on the whole team. What do you think about Chelsea? On how they went from like third in the Premier League to almost irrelevant.
You said it. I don't think about Chelsea. They're irrelevant right now.
No, but you have to get about a good answer. But Chelsea is enjoying it, has moved in as in Leeds community in the lower half of the table. So welcome to the new neighbors.
But Qatar, before you move on, everything track. Chelsea has always been a club that has been changing managers when they had the Abramovich. You know, he doesn't play, and I think this owner probably brings the same sort of climate to Chelsea, but nothing seems to be working for them. They have spent a lot of money, but I think one of the things is that they would have gotten tricked in the market because they didn't know that they would be paying so much interest rate. You understand? So probably that's why they are down in that half of the table.
But
yeah, because I was going to end with this. Okay, I was going to say this just isn't them. You know, I've been following, playing soccer almost all my life. Left mid, Chelsea's always been one of my favorite teams, and they haven't been this bad since like I was still in high school, like 2015. They've been ever since 2016. They've been top 5, and now they're back at the spot of 12. Like, how you go from top 5 every single year for 6 years, 7 years straight, and then you end up as number 12. And I think that's why everybody keeps talking about them. That's why if you follow soccer at all, they're going to be in your newsfeed because this is like LeBron, being great to not playing any game at all. It's going to happen. You're going to have to follow it because they're just going to feed it to you. So I know you said they're irrelevant, but they always been relevant.
Yeah,
No,
but they
no,
have
no,
become
no, no, no.
irrelevant.
No, well, maybe you have just started watching Chelsea. So when I first went to England, Chelsea was not a relevant club. Um, those times you had Vinnie Jones and you had Dennis Wise and thing is when you got the first revolution towards the end. But let me warn you, I support Leeds United, right? And there was a time when Leeds for over a decade was a top 5 team. And then we spent 16 years after relegation trying to get back to the Premier League. So there's no team that is too big to fail, right? If you don't invest wisely, business-wise, on the field and in the dressing room, you're going to find yourself in problems. For me, what happened to Chelsea, I believe that coach, it's like, when a man come a Jamaican talking in American accent, like how much is for the East Indian mango? $500 for one. So when people see you come and a flash your cash, the price for everything goes up. And so when they go into the market and when Chelsea bid on a player that is worth 50 million, sells for like 70, 80, 90 million man one fee, or 50, 60, 70 million for 20. Look at Cucurella. Cucurella as a left back, not really value more than 30 million, 25 million. And I think they spent more than almost 50 million on him. So they've made a lot of bad choices. And when you have non-footballing people, coach, interfering in the footballing aspect of the business, you also will end up in problem. That's my assessment. I hope that helps to answer or give you some clarity.
25 USS.
Yeah. Yeah, they do have a lot of players that are like.
I'm not hearing, coach.
Yeah, look like him
I'm
line
sorry.
a problem.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
They do have a lot of players that are I won't say overpaid because again, like when you bring as much revenue as they bring, they're able to pay him off. Like Conte, for example, he's been playing for the longest. I believe he's from France. He's been with Chelsea for the longest I remember. He's worth around $23 million, right? I don't think the pay was ever the problem. I think something internally is the problem with Chelsea. I think it's internally. I don't really think it's the players. I think it's internals, the people that try to own the team, people that's managing the team. I think when you get as good as them, you try so hard to try to switch players, and what happens is that falls back. It's kind of like now, like we have the transfer portal, right? Look at Kentucky or Kansas or North Carolina. They've been good for the longest, right? Teams constantly good at basketball. Next thing you know, the transfer portal comes around. Now you try to experiment with other players, you try to get other coaches, you try to do new things to stay relevant, and then you end up not being top 25. Now you got to switch coaches. Coach K been there for 30 years. Team got trashed ever since transfer portal. Something had to switch. Same with Chelsea, I believe. Now, obviously, they don't have the transfer portal and feet, soccer, obviously, but just trading players, just trying to do too much, it just definitely set Chelsea back. And I believe some other teams as well. We don't have to talk about all the teams, but that's just one major team I just wanted to talk about, see what y'all's input on that was.
I really don't have anything else to add, coach, apart from what I said. What part of what you said is representative of it, where I'm saying that people who are not footballing people are getting involved in making the footballing decisions, and that in itself could lend to you making some unwise decisions in the market.
Yeah, I agree.
So coach, we're back to our thing where you're saying your assessment. Do you believe that Reiss Nelson, how do you see him slotting in the pecking order of wingers available to Jamaica?
Coach disappeared
Oh,
for a minute.
okay, so Kyle, where you see Reiss Nelson falling in that whole pecking order of wingers available to us?
I mean, it's good to have quality, right? But competition is good. You know what I mean? So those that aren't consistent, they have something to put fire on underneath them. And basically, no more excuses for those who are not consistent, you know? And if I can touch on another, segue into another topic.
But I don't want you to duck my question here, though, Kyle. Kyle, you're being you're being like you're running for the Senate, or are you running for one of the Parish FAs? Because it's barely under pressure. Let me put it out there. Does Junior Fleming have a place in the Reggae Boys setup? Can Blair Turgot we ever see him again if all of them are fit? Let me put the cat about the pigeons.
Let's be frank and let's be honest, right? Any coach worth his salt want players competing for positions, and as you said, no player is guaranteed a starting spot. You have to earn it. You know what I mean? And that goes back to what I wanted to segue in about Mr. Bailey, Leon Bailey.
Okay. Go ahead.
To me, and everybody, well, most people will agree that he has not been performing as to, what we would like. Let's just put it like that. And competition for him and the team in general is healthy. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad because to me personally, I think people put too much pressure on Leon Bailey. It's like they boots him up to be the savior, like he's our Messi. And he's going to come and give us this Messi performance and take us to the World Cup or the Gold Cup finals. Please. Bailey is still learning his craft. He just got into the Premiership. He's adapting to it. He's basically at a mid-table club, that's trying to get to top 4, which basically tells you you're a quality. You are a mid-table baller trying to get into top 4. So people need to be generous with Mr. Bailey as they should with the rest of the boys. Give the coach time, give the boys time, and realize that he's trying to select a team, not a person, to carry us to football glory. You know what I mean? That's where I'm coming from with all of this. So Nelson, to me, is just another piece of the pie to add competition. And competition is healthy. Nobody's guaranteed a starting spot.
Okay, that's reasonable and sober. But how much of that blame do you put on his handlers, who go around at every chance that they get telling us?
I've watched it and I've tried not to comment on it, because I'm trying to be, I just don't want to get into it. But to be honest, you can't blame the man for promoting his product, be whatever it is. It could be dirt. If I sell dirt, my tell you, say, this is the best dirt you ever get. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for iron.
Right. You know what I mean? You have to sell your product, and you will do the same, Cataract. So we as consumers have to be knowledgeable, and this is where coach and others come in. And you, Cataract, come in and say, people, you need to be level-headed. He's learning his craft, and he's not there yet, and we wish him to get there. But it is a team effort, and please don't put too much pressure on our boy. Let him go. You know what I mean? So does that sound balanced?
No, that is sober and balanced. Some things I'm not capable of. I believe that hell is going to pop because if they and there is another winger who I understand is
But to begin with, Qatar, you
go
think you
ahead, sir.
think you think the coach are gonna be able to persuade him?
Yes, I think he's one of the persuadable ones. I've seen the coach being able to move two players who had dug their heels in,
Mm.
right? In Lewis Baker and Isaac Hayden, right? So if he's able to move them and he hasn't been to England, well, he has spoken to somebody, he's been to England once. I don't think it's a hard thing. I think Reiss Nelson just put a for sale sign on his head and said, come and get me.
Because he's bragging about he's a Jamaican and all these things. I think him
Look
basically
like
I said, you know?
It's an advertisement. It's come and get me. It's the same
Mm.
thing that Kido Taylor Hart did and Deshaun Bernard did in when they wanted to at the time. But the JFF at that time somehow were unable to read the tea leaves. I hope now that this coach is able to and that the parish presidents don't get in the way for their own selfish agendas.
Mm.
Can I jump in this Parish FA thing?
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
man.
go ahead, man.
You're jumping in the ring?
But before you get there, so just want to update the people. People, from all indications that we have gotten, is that Demarai Gray has not gotten his passport as yet.
No, he hasn't.
So
There was
that
a
is the
very
latest where
serious.
Demarai
There
Gray
was
is
a very
concerned.
serious. So the man them that
But
they
it's
talk
coming,
about, so the man them that they talk about the passport in transit and just to get to them, and so they make sure they get to the facts.
Yeah, him not get it yet.
Coach, something serious did happen, coach. The whole thing almost went off the rails, right? Big up. I have to give maximum respect to Devon Porter, right?
Oh yeah, supporter of God's.
But and when they try to tell us a coach that go to the embassy thing in England,
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
But me never said that long time to Cataract, but people did think say no go so.
Right.
And a lot of people that say, yo, England now do nothing on out here. Sometimes over the side problem.
Coach, it's almost a big embarrassment. Dare I tell you.
Oh my God.
Right. And because I say this again and I say this again because I don't care about the haters. I try to bring facts. The High Commission and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has no constitutional or legislative position in the process of getting a Jamaican citizenship and passport. They are facilitators. The competent body is the Ministry of National Security through the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency. And then my next thing coach are reaching, say peak and up and go slow though, you know that?
Yeah, because look at them I try with this the
salary thing.
No, that too, plus well that I guess that part of it should speed it up in terms of the digital passport thing.
No, man, they are resting.
E-passport.
The staff is resting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all. So
go ahead, I got a question. So what role does the Minister of Sports play in being a facilitator in all of this? I mean, let me just finish up. Isn't she a facilitator with the track and field athletes when certain athletes want to run for Jamaica or jump for Jamaica or whatever for Jamaica? So where is her role in this?
I'll be fair. There's no love lost between myself and Mr. Grange. We are on the opposite side of the political spectrum. However, I think she has made herself available I think it's only recently that the GFF even recognized the government, apart from collecting their monthly stipend. If you notice, we have had jerseys, we've had Romai, we have had 360, we have had Umbro. You have never seen them presented to the Prime Minister and the Minister of Sport. You know what I mean?
Right.
The government structure. I said it before at the time. Mikel Antonio, the biggest star to come out of the Premier League, wasn't brought to the Jamaica House to pay a courtesy call on the Prime Minister. And even let's say the Prime Minister is busy, he wasn't brought to the Governor General's residence, who's the head of state.
The Minister of
Because
Sports.
his time is free. The Minister of Sport, all they have to say, hey, I should write this with our camera.
Exactly.
Missy, I take the picture with picnic. We're running all the heats. I should write this. So go ahead, Kyle.
Well on the Kyle. Two comments, Qatar. JT Vivo is saying, I'm in England and I'm telling you them slow as hell, etc. here. So he's confirming what I said. But Claudine is saying, Cataract. Yeah, she has 2 family members in the Jamaican High Commission in England, and she takes issue with what you said about them,
She take issue what? She take issue?
Mm-hmm.
Good. If I say what happened, and everybody knows somebody somewhere. So if the world, and we have to protect it, if the world should know what happened with the Demarai Green application, the whole of them would have to lift up out of this. But all well that ends well.
Mm-hmm.
So Cataract, I don't know. Maybe you would know. Would you say that this new found change of impetus from the GFF is because Mr. Chung is on board?
I give Jack his jacket. I give Jack his jacket.
Right.
And I would love. I missed when he was on Manning's Man, and I thought he was on Coaches just the other day. But unfortunately, I was otherwise engaged. But I really would love to hear from him. And Coach, I don't know if you can say, or you listen to Manning's Man as myself. So that's kind. No, the Gensec was on Manning's Man program immediately after the Leicester game, to find out what did they accomplish. By their trip to himself and the president. What was accomplished?
And my 2 cents is
before you go, Kyle. I'm sorry if you always stop you in your tracks. I just saw a show set up. You understand? Cataract himself not like it, but I just saw a show set up because we have a call online. One Ian Campbell. Big up yourself, Ian. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man, bless up, man. I am just calling. I won't stay long. I'm just calling. I heard what Cataract said just now, and I agree with him that there's tardiness on the side of certain authorities. Yeah. But listen. When
let me say, Ian, not everyone in the High Commission, not Tar and Federer, right?
Yeah, no, it's not everyone. No. But that happens. But what I'm saying to you, that when you have too many persons assisting a player, and when you have persons who are not consular professionals or have experience in that field trying to meddle in consular affairs, and it takes, they don't know what they're doing and they're trying to assist players, right? It takes forever because they don't know what they're doing, especially when they have problems. Yeah? Because Coach Minzy, you're a professional coach in athletics. Yeah? Cataract is a sector. Yes? And our person of a profession as a consular professional. Yes? So when you have a selector, for instance, say trying to recruit a player and trying to go through a process, and the player grandmother have issues or whatever, they don't know where to turn. They start to tell the person whatever. Yes, and that's one. Then you have agents. Because players going through agents, I think is also a problem, right? Because agents have how much players to attend to. Yes, and so because coach, if I tell you a message, and by the time I reach everybody, pass everybody in the chat, I reach back to you. It's a totally different message. So the thing is that what I've seen when players go through an agent go through somebody else, and guess what? The persons in the middle, they're going through know nothing about consular affairs, right? So when they have issues, it delays and delays and delays. I'm gonna use one example, a player that came through my hands, yes, and the person had issues both at the registrar in England, at RG in Jamaica, but he still played in Mexico, right? That 22-year-old player that came into the team, yeah, he had issues, but the thing is that when I spoke to the player directly, of course, and found out the situations, I know what and how to advise him and the means to help the player. Yes, look, that player had more issues than Demarai Gray, but he has a passport today. Yeah, he went to the same High Commission and through the same PICA, and guess what? He played against Mexico. So when you have too many persons in a process who don't have a clue what they are doing, because coach, a man can say, listen, we're going to coach St. Jago team, track team. But guess what? He's not a coach. But things him seeing you do it, I look easy to him and say, okay, me can do this.
Yeah.
And then they start to tell people rubbish, top of rubbish, right? And don't know what to do themselves. And one
What you say, Tapa
don't want to ask for help.
is rubbish, that you say?
No.
Okay.
No, don't mix me up, Coach Lindsay. Don't mix me up, please. No, I am saying that so the issue is that and because they want to keep the players secret and keep players to themselves, yeah, for selfish reasons, they lead the players on a path that take them months or years to get naturalized. Right? And that is the problem. Because I'm gonna call one other player's name. Under 20 player that was played as defender. He had problems. Keterak is on the show. He knows what I'm talking because he asked me how this or that gonna work. But guess what? It worked because guess what? Somebody was guiding the player who was a professional. So it got through. Yeah? So what I'm saying to you is that you have too many persons trying to work with players that don't understand what they're doing. And then again, the agents of the players are also problems. Yeah? So that is the real elephant in the room, brother. Trust me. Anyway, I'm out.
All right, Ian. Big up yourself for that bit of information. I think that's useful information.
All right, cool.
You know?
So, coach. So, coach. I'm a selector. Right? So,
security.
Security. So, the people that know consulate affairs. Well, coach, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to turn on my camera.
Give me a second just to clear the room. Hold on a second, coach.
Yeah,
Give me a
man, do your
second.
thing.
Come back. What? Don't move away from this argument, coach.
No, man.
Just take a
Man. I just
commercial.
make Kyle.
Not
Me I
even 10
just make
seconds.
Kyle. Kyle, run where you did want to, Kyle. Sorry for interject there.
Boss, man. I forget what the hell I was going to say, man.
See, I get on the next caller. Hold on. Qatar look like giving a war board there. No. Caller, welcome to the show.
Yeah, man. I'll bless and water wash everest. Wagwan, man.
Wagwan, Adian.
Manners and respect, man.
We're there, you know.
There, man.
How are you Adian today?
Yeah, man. You know, say I just took question I want to ask and just listen. But I like some information. I mean, because as far as I get to understand is that the players they are showing interest and put it out there. But I'm wondering if it's just one-sided, meaning is the JFF or the coach get in touch with these players, Reiss and these players?
Yeah, well,
and stuff like that.
From all that
I mean, it's not like one time where.
From all that I've heard, all indication is that interest are sure from the players, and when interest are sure, or since interest are sure, the coach want to make a step. You understand? So it seems as if it is going to go somewhere. You understand?
So, coach.
Okay.
Well, on the caller the online, Qatar.
Oh, I didn't know you had a call. I thought it was Kyle.
Qatar, you know, say me I come on, you turn on your camera. Yeah, man. I'm so happy bonfire in Babylon, you know, man. Yeah, man, straight up. You see?
How me get to Babylon, brother? How me turn Babylon?
Yo.
I really go on a John shop.
All right. So, coach. I thought by now the Jamaica Football Federation would have set up a thing with the government where these people can get their papers as soon as possible. Just like how isn't there a system just as though we here in Jamaica, if we're going to look about a passport or something like that, we can do a 3-day or a 1 week or something like that. Or it's vast different.
Not so easy, because remember, them have to get citizenship first. That are the part, where take the long time. To get the passport is not a long period, but to get the citizenship, because you have to get the citizenship first before you're issued a passport, And all checks and balances have to be done during that period. And if everything is not in line, intact, spelling and all of these things, then so you have to go sort out with your grandparent or your mother or your father, just to ensure that everything is intact, so that you can continue the process of getting the
But yeah, me understanding of coach.
paperworks.
But knowing Miss Grange, coach, to me, the thing can speed up much quicker if the government get involved. I do believe that it can angle, much quicker, and people not have to wait for months and years.
But you hear what Ian said a while ago. Ian said sometimes some people are meddling at the thing or lead some of the ballers them down the wrong way. And cause the thing fear. Like selectors, them professional people there, and them sometimes cause things not do it all the way it's supposed to be done. I don't know if you read between the lines.
Them know about dub plate and then thing that yet still them are going to tell about football.
Right, and as the man say, know about the consulate activity and all of them things there. But the selector will reply now because the Ian play a field round and then the
coach before me come off, coach. You see him?
Yeah.
May I say, coach, before coach means it's easy, Man, I go come back and show some dub plate.
Yeah, man.
That when the next one left it on. I'm alone, I go play dub plate star.
Yeah. I saw.
relax and go and listen. And go and listen to everything, cause so every day I'm a coach and me love to be informed, so that's why I have to tune into them kind of program.
Yeah, man.
Cause you don't know, so we're not there yard, so yeah, man. And that's why things set, my brother. So bless up yourself and big up yourself,
Yeah, man.
and big up your panel,
Yeah, man. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Cool.
man. Yeah, man. Respect.
Respect, my chief.
All right. So,
Cataract, can I
hey.
just say 2 lines because I know that you're going to take the floor. So let me just say 2 lines.
Yeah, man. Go on, Kyle.
To basically chime into what the gentleman was saying, what the GFF needs is basically a fast track process where they have in the consulate a designated person that deals with these football issues or sports issues. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that the government the GFF government, I don't know, is putting priority on that asset of our valuable, you know what I mean? Because our sports athletes is a national treasure. And, it's borne out by the fact that when they do well at international meets like track and field or football, that a lot of financial revenue comes into Ireland and where international, commercial spotlights, tourism, all kind of stuff. So, it's a trade-off that the government should really, and the GFF should really look at to see how they can get this process ironed out. All right, Cataract, the floor is yours.
So, coach,
you can't turn on your TV.
Turn down the TV. Oh, hold on. Let me lock. Let me tell you something for those escort some visitor. Hold on. I lock it up.
Yeah, man. So we have put back Qatar coming forward, but Claudine, you say? Claudine says she takes her cousin,
Good. Let me just jump
Qatar,
on
me a
this.
pre what is being leveled at the British Commission because my people is there. What you say, Kyle?
Yeah, I just want to jump into the issue with the parish affairs, right? And this is where you guys come in. I mean, you guys are doing a tremendous job. I believe personally that Mannings played a crucial role in getting that situation resolved with the Westmoreland FA. You guys basically shining a light on their dirty laundry, and it's bringing it to the fore. That question about the Constitution, the parish FAs have their own and the GFF have their own causing a clash. I mean, that needs to be, taken care of. And, that could be another issue as to why, our football is in a mess. Anyway, that's my little 2-piece on that.
Yeah, man.
Come on. So, coach, I try to remain respectful all the time.
Please, no, I'm not try. Remain respectful. Remember, we have card on the show now,
Stephen Wright. I'm not running a guest house, Stephen Wright. I have ladies, okay? All right. So, coach, here's the thing now. Let me be serious. The process to get a Jamaican citizenship requires 6 items. Passport size photographs that are signed by a JP.
Hold on, Qatar. Who are you speaking from?
Coach.
The standpoint of the selector or the standpoint of Oyin Blake?
This is the selector.
Okay.
It requires a certified copy of an ID, which can be a passport or a driver's license. It requires a certified copy of the player's birth certificate. If it's the parent is born in Jamaica, but let's say the hardest one. The parent is not born in Jamaica. It requires the birth certificate of that parent that has the name of the parent on the birth certificate, that parent's ID, a copy of it, and then that parent's, the grandmother or the grandfather, their parents' ID and birth certificate with the spellings of the names that match. So the spelling on the passport has to match the spelling on the birth certificate. If the name of the person has changed because of marriage, then you have to have the marriage certificate to prove who you were before, right? So I don't know this great concept things. These are basic. It's not rocket science. It's not I mean, you can put a grand thing to what you do. When you go to PICA, what they do is check that the names on the documents that you're using to claim citizenship by heritage, by descent, right? That everything, they carry the line down through. So your grandfather's name is really your grandfather and it matches, right? No, I don't know who all these people are who they say are advising the players, etc. But what I do know, for example, is prior to cataract, Kyle, no one advised the player. I was the person who, in the process of assisting 2 players in 2021, discovered that you pay for the passport and pay for the citizenship at the same time that you could do that, right? Previously, the consulate informed the players, and the players who were there before were told you had to get your citizenship first, pay for that. When you get back a citizenship letter, you put in your application for the passport, right? These were the professionals, because one thing I do know apart from selecting is business processes. So, cataract, that are me, the selector, teach those who know all the consulate affairs that you could submit both applications at the same time and pay for them at the same time, thus cutting out at least a month or a month plus of the processing time, right? Additionally, that you could pay for express services overseas. That was not made available, particularly in the UK, for some reason, for no explicable reason, why they couldn't pay for express services from the UK. All right. So, coach, let's jump to the under 20 player. As a cataract coach, you had an under 20 player, Kyle, who submitted his documentation to the consulate, and they lost it, misplaced it. Me never lost a record yet in my life in my dub box, but we don't lose a whole application, or they did. That player was distraught in Jamaica, and the team manager for under 20, instead of training, had to be carrying him to and from PICA to retrieve and determine where along the line that application was misplaced. So that is not external people, that's not selectors, that's not agents. So let's come to the momentary case now. And I asked the expert, did Demarai Gray submit and pay for his application over 2 months ago and would have had it sit down there in England and couldn't find it? Me are the selector. But because, Kyle, me submit my application and somebody run their credit card for the payment, I don't know say your application me I pay for. You hear me, brother? Okay, Kyle? So does that sound like a selector problem? Or does that sound like persons? Oh, we get cut off? Oh.
No, you're on.
No, right. Does that sound like persons in the system?
That's a personal
that
problem.
has flaws in the system. So they couldn't determine if you come and make a payment for me that Kyle Wallace paid for Ohidi Blake's application because Ohidi Blake damn club and can't come and run him own credit card. So they are serious issues, and it is not fair for those not to acknowledge, and Sir Ian didn't acknowledge any weaknesses in their system or anything, but the blame lie with everybody else.
There's a call online. Quickly, just take a short minute, Qatar. Caller, go ahead.
So I'm not allowed to finish?
Yeah, man, you have to finish, man.
I pause. I know it's Ian that called back, coach. So that
no, man, I know Ian. This is Ian?
Yes, I'm not Ian.
No, man, cataract happy tracing, no, man.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Nobody that trace, brother. All right, come in. Follow.
All right, look. All right. Some lie I tell somewhere down the line, coach, because I was on another program when the same person calling, coach.
Mm-hmm.
The same person calling. And when I was asking about Demarai Gray, and the person said Demarai Gray has not, contact no one or put in no, what you call it? Nothing to get any passport or anything like that. That all the host was saying to me that the man know what they matter about. Demarai Gray not put in anything.
So who you say I tell lie? Yeah. Who you think I tell lie?
Yeah, but me really said me not understand. But sometimes some statement me understand. Is this coach? Don't the JFF have a scout in England?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, man. Them have
they have an agent. They have an agent.
Right. Well, let him do this coach.
All right, they have an agent.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, all right. This is so simple, coach. This is so simple. When you can read, you can figure this out. Saying, all right, you have an agent in England. Now, if a player want to represent Jamaica, and the issue is you have to go through so many people. Why is it that the agent, when a person show interest, why is it then that the agent don't do that, link between that player and the JFF? Instead of so much people are coming out and some people don't know where they are doing. Since that is the excuse.
But sometimes the agent
some people don't know where they are doing.
Sometimes no the other agent for the player no want no other agent talk to them either. Because that might be a man think a man going to take one player.
But coach, look panic no coach. Yeah, coach, look panic coach. But coach, if it reach a point, coach, where the player putting in documents and something of them wrong or what have you or them stuff there, that means the player agent wouldn't be a problem then. You understand me? But what I'm saying, to get rid of all these mistakes, the JFF have a agent in England. Simple. Cut out all 4 and 5 people and just get straight to it, like get straight to the JFF. Contact them, make them talk to the player, and then the person over there would look on the person documents. It's so easy, I don't know, rocket scientist thing this course. So I don't understand. But boy, I just Jamaican football this anyway. So you see it. But when me ask a coach, this thing with Demarai Gray, that same person said Demarai Gray didn't put in any papers whatsoever. And this was long ago. This was in, I think, late last month.
Well,
the general thing was in. But coach, this is for my understanding of it, man. If you are an agent, you cannot speak to another agent's player.
So that me just say, man. I think
that would be an immediate. I don't know if it's a lawsuit or it's against the rules. You could have your, because I know agent licenses are going to be, agents have to be licensed now and stuff like that. But you cannot speak to another agent's player. But Kyle, you were saying something. I will let you.
Yeah, this is how I see it. What you just said about the coach having to run back to Pika with the under-20 player to sort out his document.
The team manager.
Manager, ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. When you have governmental issues like this, because that is what it is. It's a passport or a citizenship issue. You need government to get involved. What you should have is a organization, JFF. I hope that Mr. Chung is listening. He needs to get involved with the government to say, listen, we need to fast track these players along. These are the documents that we have. We need you to process them. That's where it's in. You can't have people who are at the lower echelon running back and forth trying to figure this out. This is madness. This is madness. So to put it on a player, to put it on an agent, to put it on a team manager, to put it on a coach is ridiculous. It's a governmental issue that needs to be addressed. And the GFF need to get in touch with them and say, listen, we need to set up something to fast track these players. These are the documents, process them. Tell me where you're at. Done.
All right, we have a caller. Cataract, the caller we never want to come back is here.
No, I don't want him not to come back. I just want to be able to conclude what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Ian, just hold on, make Cataract conclude here.
Within the process,
all right,
at each of the stages, there have been instances where the consulate in the UK has been at fault for the delay. They also, Kyle, the last thing is that they have instituted a requirement that you have to have all of the documents ready. So if you have 5 of the 6 documents, they don't take the entire application and send it off and allow you to then go and sort out. So, for example, if you could have gotten your grandmother's birth certificate on the island in Jamaica, right? And then have somebody take that up to PICA. So that in itself proves to be a barrier to entry. And I would end by saying this, coach. If it were so required, and Kyle, help me make sense of the nonsense, any player can come on a flight to Jamaica, walk up to Constant Spring Road, make the payment and submit the documents, go across to Waterloo, right? And bring that payment receipt and submit his application or her application for citizenship. There will be no need for the consulate in London. They are a great facilitator because really and truly, it's not everybody can lift up and come. But we have had players come here and just sort their thing out because they couldn't wait with the delays in things. So they have to look at their process and see where they can tighten up. But you can't throw the blame around on everybody because
exactly.
you have to take the beam out of your own eye before you tell the next man about the beam in female eyes. And I do accept that some players are not guided properly, right? So that being the case, but they are serious procedural weaknesses within that citizenship process, which football has brought to the fore. Right. And I'll pause here to allow reasonable discourse.
No, I mean that's it. You know, basically.
Yeah. Hold on, Kyle. Remember, Ian was waiting. Ian, go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, I want to address the person who called before.
Mm-hmm.
When I spoke on, I'm not very sure I was on, and I was asked a question about that same player, and I said that to the best of my knowledge, he hasn't applied. At that juncture, I did not know that he had, in fact, submitted an application in Birmingham. I didn't know that. And I am not in England. That's one. I don't work at the High Commission in London or the Honorary Consulate in Birmingham. And based on the question I asked, he didn't apply at the time. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that he had actually submitted an application. So if you don't know something and you said, to the best of your knowledge, no, he has not, how is that a lie? I said, to the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm clear that up. And I do agree with Cataract that there are gaps throughout the processes. There are gaps.
So would that
I don't want to
be a
get
side, a corner person, or somebody from in the council? There's always a gap. It doesn't matter where it's from.
there are
There's a weakness.
there are gaps,
Right.
and there's something that needs to be highlighted. Be very much highlighted. When somebody is sent on diplomatic duties to serve as a consular officer, they have several jobs or several functions to carry out. It not only includes consular affairs, it includes protocol duties, it includes community services. There are several functions that come with the job. Yeah. And if you check right now on the website of the Jamaican High Commission, and you check all the way up to the end of June on the appointment list, you will see that every single work day is fully booked. Yes? So that means that they have their hands tied. Plus, they have other functions to carry out that are also deemed as relevant and important. Because when you are serving in that capacity, you have to have a dialogue, communication with the Jamaican diaspora. Yeah. So, and I do agree that it would be good if probably the sport ministry would probably input someone at the High Commission to deal with sports application. That would make perfect sense and solve the problem that exists. But the persons there are not magicians. They work long hours. I recall once I worked the entire day. I just went home, change, go back to work. And that was me going at 3 a.m. and go back to work. Yeah? So I am saying that it's not easy because we sit and say that, oh, this is easy. And what Cataract said about the documents, yes, if a person have all the documents, the process is simple. But what is a fact, what reality is that the persons applying, namely from England, footballers, they are going mainly through grandparents. These persons, when they go to England, they either lose their documents or they made some errors with their names, etc. And then the RGD comes into play in Jamaica. And either you do a late entry of name or correction of error. And to do any of those things, you have to prove that you have been using this name for the entire course of your life, basically. Yes? And when a player who lives in England is asked to go and dig up family members in Jamaica, it becomes difficult on them to get all these things done. Yeah? So those are the nuances. And listen, it's repetitious. It happens constantly. And so this is the reason you need people to guide the process and know what they're doing. Because when it is simple and straightforward, whereby somebody have every piece of document that's required, oh, it's simple. I do agree. You can get you don't need any expert. But when you constantly have problems, which is the case with our players, they constantly have issues finding documents or something or somewhere is wrong. Either they have a short version of their birth certificate, the parent name spelled wrong on the birth certificate, that's from England itself, and I must go to the registrar in England to have things fixed. I've seen situations whereby the player birth certificate have issue, the parent have issue, and the grandparent have issue at the same time. Yes, but that transpired. But nonetheless, the players were able to get naturalized. Yes. So what I'm saying to you is that listen, we are everybody on here in the comments listening. Everyone means the football good, or they wouldn't be on here listening. So we have to appreciate that everywhere there are gaps. Yeah. And even the persons that are meddling, they're trying to help. But my thing is that what we must understand, end of the day, we want to see which are player on the field for Jamaica playing. Yeah. It's not about me doing something for a player or Cataract or whosoever. It's about at the end of the day, the coach, who's the coach is, Jamaica football is progressing. We qualify for World Cups consistently, and the money comes in to develop local grassroots football. Yeah, so that our local players can develop. So eventually, when this generation of England-born players are no longer there, we have players available from Jamaica that can actually represent, and Jamaica can a competitive team. So it's about Jamaican football. You understand? End of the day. And this secrecy business and don't tell this one and don't tell this one. To hell with it, man. It's about us coming together. I was working together to fix the football. And people not trying to. It's always me do this. Listen, whatever I do, I don't care. I don't care whatever I do. I don't care who wants to take credit for it. Because it's about me, I don't care. It's about the players being naturalized and to help Jamaican football. Either the female team, the male team. That is my thing, brother. And if somebody disagree with me, so be it.
So, Coach, I want to say something, and Ian has accepted, right? And so I'm not going to think. Look, there's a place for everything, but nature abhors a vacuum. And it is because of some of these structural, procedural weaknesses why other people come into play. And I'm not saying that anybody is like this, but there was a reason why there's a thriving business for gangsters in Spanish Town sitting down outside of the Registrar General at Central Village. When you go to get a birth certificate out or any certain thing out of RGD, you have to pay a tout. There was a reason for that. And until they address those issues, that has now dried up because you can apply for everything online. So you don't even need to see them. So you know have 30, 40 thugs with ratchet in a waist and thing outside the RGD, you know, when you go there. It's empty. So I am just appealing there, but I want one thing to say to Ian. Ian, everybody work hard, brother. Everybody does. When we play a song, we have to do it from 5 o'clock when the sound is set up, and sometimes dance not until 5 o'clock a morning. It's a 12-hour day. And we have to wake up.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree.
So everybody work. Hard work does come with being a law-abiding, decent citizen trying to provide for your family and live the honest way. But I want to say this to the consulate. The consulate has a responsibility for outreach to the diaspora. You alluded to that, but you can confirm when you answer. I am suggesting that the consulate in England, Kyle, takes on reaching out to the elite footballers as part of their diaspora outreach. You understand me? I say, Kyle?
But
so that hold on. So in their diary, they can put down maybe once a month, you go visit a club like Arsenal that have 10 players in the academy who are eligible to represent Jamaica. Speak to them about the process, introduce the process, and do everything there as part of your diaspora outreach. It's not only about going to some church service or when it's independence. You know what I mean? If we see this as part of the outreach to the diaspora, because those players are a part of the diaspora.
Agreed, but wouldn't that be better if a directive came from the government via the Minister of Sports that this should be a part of your job description, so to speak?
But something that
I agree with you, Kyle. Yes. I agree with you, Kyle. I agree with you because guess what? You listen, persons who are assigned overseas, they can't willingly just do what they want to do. It has to be part of the mandate of the mission. Yeah. So the High Commission, there are mandates, and it needs to be a part of it. So it don't matter if the ministries working together.
Right.
Yeah.
And not only that, but
And
carry.
and JFF through the sports ministry, through the foreign ministry, etc. Say?
No. Go on.
Didn't hear that.
No,
No,
go
go
on.
ahead.
Go
Go
on.
No,
ahead.
I am saying that I endorse your point. You are correct, because guess what? The persons there, they are fulfilling their duties as given. Yeah. So if football or sports, they want to zone in on getting players naturalized, and they want them to go out to clubs, etc. That's something that needs to be incorporated, or they assign someone specific to do that. Yeah. And probably it would work. Yeah. But as they are currently, somebody can pick up himself, you know what? I'm going to Liverpool. How you gonna reach? Who gonna pay your travel? Who's gonna take care of your meal allowances? Is it on the mission? No, there's no provision for that. Yeah.
So
So you have to
Ian,
think about what. Yeah.
so Ian and Kyle help us out. Sometimes we can become a consulate civil servant. When you have a job, there are some parameters in the job that you can set. You can set an annual plan, because everybody's supposed to have an annual work plan. And you can indicate to your supervisor, that consulate officer, that look here, I have noted this problem coming up. It's come up on YouTube, it's come up in the media, because it has been in the newspaper about the difficulties. Here is a suggestion. I'm going to do it. Everything doesn't have to come as a directive from a minister, etc. But I would want, hold on, I just want to say this. I would want to ask, what makes going to a church in Brixton more important or official, or which directive directed that the consulate general or the consular must go to a church in Brixton? And I'm saying this because I know for certain.
Okay, all right. Let me explain.
Right,
let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. The church, or certain societies, wherever, they invite the High Commission. They invite them. They're invited. They don't just willingly pick up themselves and go there. They're invited, and they go and represent accordingly. That's how they reach there.
Right. So I'm saying to you. So go ahead, Kyle.
Let me just jump in and just cut through the chase. I mean, Cataract, I understand that what you're saying, that things can be voluntarily done. There's no argument about that. But wait, let me just make the point. But it carries more weight when you have a government directive that this needs to be done. It's as simple as that. Word gets out. You know,
it becomes duty. It becomes duty.
Right. Word gets out in the community, in the diaspora, that there's a special service here for elite athletes that they can get fast track through. Simple as that. And that's what we want. That is what we want. We don't want a team man running around, or like an agent running around doing government job. And then when his paperwork gets lost, guess what? No one gets held accountable. But when you have that government entity involved, somebody has to answer. You know, when Mr. Trump picks up his phone and says, what is going on here? Babs is going to call XYZ in England and say, listen, what is going on there? And that person going to say, Babsy, I lost the paperwork. Okay, good, you're fired. You know, that's how things work.
No, I said work in Iron Man. Kyle, I said work
in Iron Man. And listen.
In New York. Sorry. Go on.
Kyle Cataract, Coach Means, listen, diplomats, they get specific functions to carry out, and they better carry them out. They can't up on themselves and do what they feel like. They have to work in accordance to the specifications of their job functions.
So you're saying
the job in itself is a whole lot. So I don't see how a person who's staying in the office for 12 hours or 10 hours and coming in on a weekend sometime will find time to travel to wherever else on their own to do what you're saying.
No, I'm not suggesting
I don't.
So help me to understand. You're saying that they can go to a church service, which they do, because they get an invitation.
Invited, yes.
Yes, they get an invitation.
Yes.
Nobody in Jamaica approves that invitation and says, okay, we're going to pay you the traveling allowance and the meal allowance to go there. Somebody
It's a
in
community,
the consulate.
It's a community activity,
right,
authorized by the head of mission, and the person goes accordingly. It's not that they say, you know what?
No.
During work hours, I'm gonna go to this function somewhere. Yeah. They don't willingly just go.
Yeah, we're not suggesting that. What I'm saying is that why can't a visit to Arsenal Football Club that has 10 players in its academy eligible to outreach and public education to educate those 10 players about the opportunities that exist for them in Jamaica and how they can get their citizenship, bring the forms to them, etc., etc. Why can't that be seen as a community activity?
When it becomes a mandate, I'm sure. When it becomes a mandate, I'm sure they'll comply.
So going to church is a mandate.
Did you just hear what I said? They are invited.
Okay.
They don't know if you pick up themselves and say, I'm going to this function wherever. They're invited. So when it becomes a mandate, I'm sure the officers will comply.
You know what I'm going to do, Ian? I'm going to write a letter inviting the High Commission to send somebody to go ask that. Since Ian, we cannot be so rigid in whatever. I understand fully that the role of that is because the diaspora is to be engaged. You understand what I'm saying, Kyle? That's a mandate that came from the government. They set up a diaspora affairs. There was a junior minister in charge of diaspora affairs. That's the policy. The policy is that the consulates must engage the diaspora. I personally, and maybe I don't see why it has to be granted to say, all right, go to a football club. Then somebody have to write and say, oh, go to a track and field club. I don't see it, but I yield so that we can move on the process.
All right. Ian, any final word you want to say? Because we a caller coming from England, like,
no, I'm nothing.
Tell them I don't know who, but.
All right, take the call from England.
Call back and see what
from England and all right, take care. I'm gone.
All right, big up yourself.
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man.
No problem. Cool, take care.
Cool, respect. Yeah.
So this person has been calling for like since Ian came onto the phone. I don't know who it is, but you know, so we're curious because we are talking about whatever in the High Commissioner.
I hope it's the High Commissioner herself or himself.
I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind.
Hold on, let me see the message was sent.
And there's another must like major kites in the coach. Coaches, let's come out the blow up.
Oh, somebody are trying to find out something, but find out what? Anyways, may I call about the person? And look like a kind of High Commission person. Caller, welcome to the show.
High Commission coach, Cataract and the gentleman.
Who this?
Yeah, bless up. Yeah, man. Yeah, as I was listening to the show and listening to the gentleman, I said, I thought this great thing did finish from I hear the president was talking about the passport issue from the last World Cup qualifying match. Then before all these coach cups, I thought this thing did settle. But as Kyle said and Cataract said, both of you have a point. But what I think should happen is all the commissioners, is the Jamaican government appoint them and send them here. What Kyle was saying, just need to contact Babsy, can send a, no enough right now the time, just send an email to the person and make him bring that, print it off and bring it down there and go see the High Commission. You understand?
So Carla, there's a little bit more fundamental, and footballers are different. So let me tell you what the issue is, and I know this. A footballer.
Okay. I want to ask you this now.
So let me answer this.
All
right, got you.
All right. Why when a person they don't have no parents, no parents birth to England, and why they can get through to play for England just like that? So why Jamaica? Why so much problem?
By residency. By
residency. Yeah. All right. No, but remember this guy this girl that came from Jamaica, she never do 5 years in the country. And England, if you remember a couple years ago, and England get her a book and get her and make she go be a part of that England team. She play for Jamaica netball team already, but true that is that the same rule. And she get through. My son them would that born in Jamaica. First thing as they born, because they entitled to a Jamaican book. So I make sure I get a book. I make sure I get a book for them. So I don't understand this issue. So these
you know that in England and Canada. Sorry, I just want to ask if you know that in England and Canada.
I'm saying to you,
in England and Canada, there is a thing called something for elite professionals, like a rapid pathway.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a specific skill set, like a civil that they need, the nurses, teachers, those things that they are short of, there's a different pathway. I know that for England and Canada, I'm certain about that. Kyle maybe can tell us if that's the same in the US. So professional people. Sorry, go ahead, Kyle.
No, I was just saying that that this country has a specialized program for specialized people with special skills, like people with IT skills, medical skills. They get special visas to come here, But anyway, just to piggyback that on, sports is an economic driver for Jamaica. It's imperative for us to have that system set up where the Ministry of Sports and the GFF set up a fast tracking system to get athletes into the island, because they put Jamaica on the map, and that money comes right back in the island one way or another via tourism or whatever. Go on, Captain Rock or whoever.
Oh, so the caller. So I
Soji still there?
Soji.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. You can respond, Soji, but just say that you are correct, my brother.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, even the guy Reiss Nelson now, he says his mom is Jamaican. If his mom is Jamaican, his mom can entitled to a passport immediately, because as long as if his mom is Jamaican, he entitled to a passport, he don't have to go through that problem, because Jamaica is under the Commonwealth. So as long as one of the parents is here, they entitled to that passport by law. Did you know that, Cataract?
No, I don't. I know.
All right, listen to me. I was born in Jamaica. I came here, and when I came here now, I joined the army and everything. But what happened is, my kid them that I get after nationalization here, what happened? They entitled to a British book immediately.
Yes, okay. An English passport. Okay, yes, I do know that. But,
yeah. So why?
So that is just not how Jamaica system is set up. That is just Jamaica system is not set up.
But yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
I was saying what this rocket science about the passport, because if the guy, because Reiss then said he entitled to a Jamaican, but he don't have to go through that problem.
It seems logical what you are saying, but unfortunately that is not how it's set up.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say to you, Soji, about the first thing you were saying, I wanted to say, maybe people don't understand what the problem is, Coach and Kyle. Part of what the problem is, that footballers have to train twice a day, right? I don't know if track and field athletes do the same, Coach, right?
Yeah, man.
The time for them to leave their club in, let's say, make everybody. The time for Anthony Grant to have left Swindon to go down to the High Commission in Kensington just was not there. Because by the time he reached there to do an interview, he cannot be late for his afternoon thing. When he finished it, he has to, when the 2 hours or 3 hours finish, he has to, what you call, warm down and ice bath and everything else. Sometimes it's only a 3-4 hour, 2 hour window. And when you look at the traffic to get there, take a man coming from Manchester or Liverpool or Newcastle, which is a 4 or 5 hour journey to come to London. How are you going to come for an appointment? And the club, if you don't turn up for training one day in the week, you won't be on the team sheet for Saturday's game. So in the instance of football, I believe that there is some very special circumstances that make it difficult. Come in, Soji, forward you.
Cataract, I mean, that don't make no sense, man. I'm serious. I mean, if you want to play for the eye, go on, sorry.
Cataract. Okay. What I'm saying to you, Cataract, if a player set appointment to see the High Commission and he go to the club will give him the time to go on his appointment, you know.
No.
The club will give.
In some instances,
okay,
they will. In some instances, they'll give them. But you don't understand what I'm saying. When I finish training and I'm speaking directly about that, their training start at 7 and finish 10, right? Because you have warm up, you have to get there. To leave from Swindon, at the time he was at Swindon, is a 2 hour drive to Birmingham, to Kensington, right? Then you have an hour or something for the appointment. And then 2 hours drive back. And then the afternoon training starts at 3. So he just couldn't do it. So even when the club gave him permission, they didn't have to give him permission to go because he set the appointment in his own time. But you couldn't miss the training because even if they say, yes, go and miss the training, you're not on the team sheet. So that is how I end up in the whole thing. And that's how my research got myself knowledgeable, assisted him. But I have seen something else, Kyle, that occurred. I saw a youth player who was 18 years old coming for the under 20. That player did not make it to the under 20. He got permission from his club. His club is in London, right? Let me be specific. Chelsea. So it's like a 45-minute drive, a half an hour, 45-minute drive to Kensington. Half an hour. When the youth got there, the consulate refused to take his documents, telling him he has to have his parents' signature. And all the man is telling him, I am a big man. Me I 18. Me can't vote. And you know, so they turn away the youth and never took his documents. That youth never turned out for Jamaica. So I'm saying other persons have blame, Kyle and coach, but sometimes the concept is arbitrary. This requirement to have a seal is part of the problem because you otherwise normally if you want to get something notarized in America, you can't just go to your bank. There's a notary public at the bank, right? There you could go to your doctor, a dentist. Can say
anybody. Anyway, but can I make a point?
Go ahead, man. Make many points.
I mean, basically what you're saying is an argument for them to streamline the process where government has to get involved. As simple as that. You know, I mean, you know, I agree with you. You know, if a consulate wants to volunteer his time to travel to Liverpool, Man U, and all over England to basically, you know, access players, you know, they could do that, but I don't see it as being feasible. I just don't. And the other point about players not having the time to actually go to the consulate and get it done, it doesn't make sense to me. Meaning, you have to put skin in the game. You know, as somebody who does real estate, you know, double in it, you have to put skin in the game. You can't say that you want something and you want it to come to you. You got to put skin in the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Show that you want it too. You know what I mean? we have to do our part in that. We have to make this process a lot more simpler for those who want to be a part of what we are offering them. The government and the GFF have to come together and say, listen, this is where we can meet you and fast track your application. And we will have eyes on it. You know, we will make sure that your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted or whatever, but it will get processed. Whatever needs to be done, it will be done. That's what I believe. And let me just give you a brief history.
Yeah,
I did a family search, you know, trying to track my grandfather and my grandmother, great grand, and I tracked it all the way back to slavery. Believe me, because my grandfather was white on my mother's side, and you know the other one was African. And believe me, my grandmother, who is African, I had to stop at my great grandmother because she signed her name with an X. Okay, now if and her daughter, who happened to grow up and be a teacher, when they were doing their birth certificates and you track them over time, they changed them. I mean, you would look at one thing signed off, you know, with what you call it, with a brown, and then you know BROWN, and then when you look at another one, it's BROWNE. You know, so even the documents were all over the place. What I had to use and track them was the addresses where they lived at. And that's how I knew that these were my family members, you know. So believe me, it's a hell of a thing to track your parents. You know, to track your family members.
Somebody said, Nitro said that we should, the JFF need a formal and simple system like Morocco. They have the blueprint. But I mean, Nitro, what is that simple and formal system from Morocco? We don't know.
So,
it might seem to be, and as we have been alluded to it, though, you know.
But
I think these people have put measures in place, so he could be onto something.
Yeah, but coach.
Yeah, man, may I listen, man.
Yeah. What I'm saying. Why the difference when Captain was there? He used to get the pay so easy. Captain come to England, and when Captain come to England, and I tell about this a guy in Reading, and Captain and Whitmore go down there, and two twos the guy there on the plane to Jamaica. So why so difficult now?
Captain used to move with the government. Remember, you know?
Yeah, these man playing politics.
Exactly.
Yeah, these man playing politics. Kyle, because if they're not playing politics, these things could done easy because the captain done it very easy.
One thing Captain Burrell did. One thing he did. He grabbed the Minister of Sports. And he didn't play politics with it. He couldn't care what DLP or PNP. He might hug them up. Because he want whatever he want done.
Well, in fairness, the captain, the Minister of Sport was his cousin.
Oh boy. Thanks, Demarai. But at least
you have to put a spoke in a wheel, brother. You could have been.
Oh boy, go on. Anyway.
Cataract.
Yes, sir.
For them, when Captain come here this Sunday, Mr. Captain was here this Sunday, and I met with him. And when I met with him this Sunday, and the man come and when I look and see when he tell me want to play where I'm going down with, I couldn't believe. So why these men trying out all these things up?
But also remember that when my good friend Mr. Thompson came on here, he said to you, that the JFF is about transferring players from the local domestic league. So it's not a priority of the JFF. So everybody, what I'm saying is there's more sufficient blame to go around the table, right? And I think that's what's frustrating Neo, and I've seen him get gray hair since I've been here tonight because he just can't believe what he's hearing. I know it just sounds ridiculous, no?
It is.
But I want to put this way, right? Of what economic social or any other importance is going to the church in Brooklyn. And well, I don't know about Brooklyn. I know the one in Brixton. Whether what does it do? What it is that at your job, somebody in that organization locally, the local management, prioritizes something, right? And I'm saying, and what Neo is saying is, football is a social tool. It does more in this country because it's a way to get young men off the street and away from gangs and violence for the most part. It's a way to give people a pathway to support their families when jobs are difficult to come by. So it is a priority, but it's not being taken as a priority by many. And I want to say, and this is going to be an uncomfortable truth. And let me say this. Everybody just sit back, relax for a minute. Let me tell you something. These are things that I have come across in trying to recruit players. Our Jamaican men have to take responsibility.
So you're a recruiter, Qatar?
No, I mean, then you never know some a recruit. When there's a recruitment, I put the player on a team, but assist people to get their passport.
Get to the point, man.
No, man, because some man sit on the program and love, man. They sit and watch every minute and cut and clip. Me never know say me have an Instagram account, you know. When we make a mistake and man cut and clip it and put it up. That make you famous. But anyway, I say it. Man breed woman, don't go up on the birth certificate. That is a common assault.
But that change now.
No, that's what I'm saying. It has happened. That the picture them were changed for 4, 5, 6. Them can't come represent Jamaica right now. So you come upon that, right? Where now you have to find the process of getting the parent on there. Some of them man they said, no, I'm not go up on this. If I go up on this, I have another youth with her. I have to go pay child support. Done.
So all of them man the Qatar we have footballers. Son as footballers.
No, that's what I'm saying to you, that when you see some players, you know, it look the one that really break my heart because I hope she'll find it. When man check him grandmother say, yo, listen, you know, send me to go and dance. Left from London and go and dance. Where Leeds. And me drink some liquor and me buck a Jamaican man and do it same time. All me know him name and me know say I'm a Jamaican. But the way the youth want to, and the grandma say, all right, me I gonna retrace my steps back. 40 years now. I drive, go back to Leeds. I ask anybody, you know Rasta Joe. Because you know the youth want to play. I don't think he will ever turn out for Jamaica because it is so. So there are so many circumstances where when we see a talent, that means when we get a talent that has the paperwork, we need to lock it down.
True. But guess what, gentlemen? Kyle, I'm going to make you say your final thoughts now because I have to go right now.
Thank you.
You understand?
Yeah,
all right.
After Kyle
something.
Yeah, man. Quickly, Kyle.
Right. I'll just say 2 minutes. Neo just put up the post. Football could bring in billions of dollars for JA. Some folks just try style upon the diaspora, stressing sovereignty against their diaspora, but fly at the gate for Europeans and Chinese. True. Let me tell you, I'm reading an article right now. Sports is 2% of the Jamaican GDP. 2%. So that shows how vital it is to our economy. It's imperative for the GFA and the Ministry of Sports to set up a fast-track method to get athletes into the island for whatever purpose, be it track and field, be it football, be it badminton or whatever. That's where I stand. Gentlemen, it's been a good night, and I hope to be on here again. Hopefully.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Kyle, as usual. People, me link up Kyle when we're going to New York, you know, good youth. Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so what you say now?
Yeah, what I was saying to you, when I was saying about the passport issue, when you guys said, don't work like that again. My friend get married the other day. He get this passport 5 years ago. He get a son in Jamaica 3 years ago. And he applied and they asked what time he get the passport. And he explained, and he said, well, your son entitled to a British book. So all they have to do, they tell him what to do, and his son get a British book. His son in Jamaica now. So that's why I don't understand when the guy say it don't work like that no more.
No, because no,
that is the
that's
England
not what
passport.
we said. That's it to get the British book, but in Jamaica, there's probably not a system that is set up that does just based on the sequence of other events. Them just give you a passport. They're not gonna do that. No, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
They know Jamaican, then they sell athlete them to Turkey and them place they did it.
And that's a different thing. So
a Turkey by the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So big up yourself, Soji. Big up to all the callers. Ian, Arden. Big up to Kyle. Big up to Cataract. Everybody in the comment section. Thanks very much for tuning in. It was a good show, but we have to cut it short. Well, we're gone over the 2 hours still, so we're now cut it short. We'll give you know.
But it's a cut it.
30 odd minutes extra. I understand. Half an hour. So until next time, people, we hope that we'll be back here tomorrow. I go on a long journey tomorrow. Early we have to port. So hopefully we can be back. So we can, you know, get the show.
Yeah,
me have a topic.
Thing, right?
Huh?
We're going to talk about the coaching thing, how far we have come.
Yeah, man. Hey, me have a topic I want to drop, you know. About 3-4 weeks now, me have that topic there now. I just can't get the time for it. Every time we in our conversation, remember the topic. I'm write it down, you know. But we are going to drop that topic there, man. You understand? So, people, until next time, stay safe. Peace.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.